Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Firdavs, an intellectual who's got 7.5 in IELTS. Hi Firdavs.
Hello, teacher.
So you were 16 years of age, right?
Yes.
Just 16 and already 7.5. Well, you told me that memory helped you to develop your language skills. A lot of people don't even think about memory when they prepare for IELTS. So could you tell us please in detail how you developed your memory to achieve 7.5?
Well, as I was watching YouTube, I found out that there are other ways of memorizing information.
Okay.
This way is done by using your imagination. So on a daily basis, I would get the list of the words that I would learn, and they would be at around 5 words. Well, I would make up a story with those 5 words.
Interesting.
With the first word, I would attach an action, and the second word would be the continuation or something connected to the first one and the one that follows the first one. To make it clear, let's learn 3 words. They are gloomy, bruise, and tread.
No, absolutely different words, but
Yes.
your task was to connect them in one story,
Yes.
right? Continue.
So, for those of you who want to test it, please close your eyes and imagine that you are in your house.
Okay.
And you open the door. As you walk outside and you look at the sky, you see clouds everywhere, and the clouds are dark. The weather is being gloomy, so the first word is gloomy. You keep looking at the sky and you see some object is falling from it. That object is a metallic ball, and it is coming right to you. You try to avoid it, but anyways it hits your leg. Well, you look at your leg and what you see is a greenish mark on it. That greenish mark is called bruise. So we start walking towards the end of the street, and you see someone coming from the end of the street. That person is your best friend. You rush to greet your best friend, and your best friend steps on your leg. That type of stepping on somebody's foot is called treading. So if people want to learn something that stays in their minds for longer, they can use this method, and of course if they find it effective and useful for them. But if they want something short term, they can just ignore it and do it in the traditional way, whatever the way they use.
That's really interesting. Again, it's not simply learning words, it's using them with imagination.
Yes.
If you speak about long-term memory, again, that's quite effective because we have some association, we have the practical use of vocabulary. But many people don't do that. They simply find out the definition of words,
Yes.
then they learn that by heart. However, this is all related to short-term memory, and well, they forget the words after a week or two, so it doesn't work. I hope more and more people will start using their imagination, and instead of learning words by heart, they will start making up stories, like you have just said. Well, you're listening. You have 8.5 in listening, right?
Yes.
16 years old, band 8.5. Tell us, please, what helped you to achieve that high score?
Well, during the process of the preparation, I tried to do all the things you told us, and among them was doing one listening test for 2 times. Well, in the first round, I would work for the mark. I would find the answers, and in the second round, I would check my mistakes and correct myself. And if I made mistakes, I would take them seriously. I would identify what was the problem. Was it the vocabulary? Was it the grammatical structures that really made me fail? And I would learn immediately from them. And I would promise to myself not to repeat the mistakes again.
And I guess that's the main difference between you and some other candidates who work with one test only once. They just want to know their score.
Yes.
And every day they do the same thing, and every day the score is the same. But you, and hopefully many other people, will work with the same test twice. First, to know the score, and second, to find out how to increase the score, identify the problems, and not to repeat them in the next test. That's really helpful. I'm glad that you used this strategy. So, Firdavs, what's next? You got 7.5. What's your next step in the plan?
Well, my next plan is to do my best to learn the CGI, the kind of a filmmaking. I have always loved how professional filmmakers just shoot films. The effects, the visual effects that they add, the tools that they use, green screen and so forth. Well, I'm planning to start learning that, so we're practicing a computer and then I will start off.
Well, with your score in IELTS, you can continue your studies on the professional level. You can learn that abroad. Again, you have lots of opportunities. So let me wish you best of luck with that.
Thank you.
God willing, everything will be according to your plans.